Hi, welcome to Automotive Show KG Enthusiast. Today on the show we're going to talk about a concept vehicle that will go into production and many more. Before starting the show, I want to hit the like button and subscribe to my show. Now let's get started. Now today on the show we're going to talk about the Ford Bronco's proper specifications that's now coming out and the MG Cyberster EVs coming into production and many more. So let's get started with the big news. Toyota and Lexus have now confirmed the existence of a twin-turbo V8. Now this engine is a very much important V8 for Lexus and Toyota. So let's just start with the Lexus part of the side. Now this twin-turbo V8 is most likely 4 liters. This engine for my prediction. So which Lexus vehicle needs this V8 engine right now? So let's get thinking. The Lexus LC right now has a 5-liter V8 with 470 plus horsepower and 168 miles per hour. Now that's a very good punch for a luxury grand tourer, no question. But you need something special, a AMG equivalent, and that's where something like a LCF will come into use. I would predict that a LCF would most likely get the 4-liter twin-turbo V8 from Lexus, and that engine could make well over 600 horsepower. And that engine is super important. Another vehicle that could get this engine is the Lexus LS, their flagship full-size luxury car. That could also get the twin-turbo V8. Now that thing also needs a V8 because the S-Class in the future will get AMG versions and they need these V8 options. And I think that's a very good option to see that the Lexus LS once again gets a V8. Now this is my prediction, but take it with a grain of salt, just so you know. But of course, part of Toyota, I'm not expecting a lot from Toyota on that department. To mention, they're also expecting the Lexus ISF to come along as well, which is the full-left version of the Lexus IS 500F Sport. That to consider. Now, Toyota-wise, I'm thinking the Land Cruiser, maybe a GR Land Cruiser most likely, which would be very good because something like a BMW X7 does get an Alpina version. So with tons of power, so something that would be fairly exciting. A Cadillac Escalade, we're going to Cadillac Escalade V. So a Land Cruiser GR with a 4-liter twin-turbo V8 would sound astonishing. Again, this is my hope. But again, if the engine exists, it has to go into some sort of vehicles. So let's hope the Lexus side of the coin, they go into the vehicles I predicted. And for Toyota, let's hope there is a GR Land Cruiser. It's simple as that. Moving on from there, let's talk about another speculation, a possibility. But one part is true. It's the MG Cyberster EV, which is a full electric EV sports car. Now this concept made debut in the Shanghai Motor Show. They requested public funding to kickstart the project, which they did receive, and it's going to go into production. Now one thing I'm excited about MG making luxury sports cars again is that for more than a decade MG has not made a sports car. The last one they produced was the MGTF. If there are any young viewers out here you don't know, the MGTF was a successor for the MGF that was produced in 1995. Until 2001 and 2, it was replaced by the MGTF. And it was mid-engine, so the younger generation, if you don't know, you should know. Now, this is a full EV sports car that's upcoming. So, my predictions, twin electric motors, most likely 500 to 600 miles in terms of range. I'm thinking it's going to be a very fast luxury sports car. But the challenge going to be for MG is to make it fun to drive and good in the racetrack. In terms of handling, ride handling. Electric EVs have proven that handling is not a strength. Tesla is like driving a tank around the corner. It's a tank, really. It's good in a straight line, it's blimmin' poor on the corners. And let's hope MG can solve that problem. And I also hope MG won't make this 100 grand, 200 grand exclusive product, because MG is not known for that. MG is known for rebadged products. You should know something to consider on that. From MG's possibilities, let's talk about the Ford Bronco. Now we talked about the Bronco a year ago really. I wouldn't lie, last year I talked about the Bronco. But this is the thing, the numbers we knew back then might not be exactly true. Ford announces there are new numbers for the Bronco. Let's get started. The turbocharged engine is a 2.3 to 4 cylinder, as you know, but now predicts to make 300 horsepower with premium fuel. Okay, and the twin-turbo V6 should make 330 horsepower with premium fuel. But if you put normal fuel, you get the numbers 270 to 310 horsepower potential numbers. So end of the day, it's a lot more than we thought, but it's a good boost indeed. That makes it a lot more than a Wrangler V6 indeed. So, and a Wrangler 4-cylinder. So that's pretty impressive between the rivalry. To remind you the Bronco pricing, the price starts from $37,000, go all the way $58,000 for the first edition Bronco, which is the middle trim. For me personally, you should choose is the Badland version, which is $43,590, which you should personally buy. I personally recommend. Moving on from the Broncos' surprising numbers, let's have a Ferrari. The Ferrari 812 Superfast was an iconic hypercar by Ferrari by far for me. Now they have replaced the Superfast title with the Competizio, an Italian name I would not want to pronounce. I will look bad. I'm not going to do that in any meaningful way. Now let's talk about specs. Two-door coupe, 2 seats, rear-wheel drive, 7-speed dual clutch transmission. Now, of course, you might think horsepower. This is, Ferrari says it's the pinnacle of non-electrified, naturally aspirated Ferrari V12. So what's the horsepower? 830 horsepower top speed, 211 miles per hour. It's cracking fast. I love it. Now, I see the pictures of that. I'm very, very impressed. I'm totally impressed indeed. Now, I would say that some people claim modern Ferraris don't look good as they used to. Nah, I tell you bugger off. They are liars. That's a complete lie. The reality is new Ferraris are looking good for the current era. That's the reality. Now, prices wise, Ferrari claims it will cost around $450,000 to $600,000. That's my price tag, because you put optional extras well over $1 million. You should know about that. So on that note, I'm going to quit. But there's one more vehicle I want to talk about. It's the Brabus 800, which is a beefed up, muscular version of the E63 AMGS, which is a 780 horsepower twin turbo V8 luxury super saloon. It's a monster. I would think it should be around $200,000, most I predict. It's a behemoth, it's a monster. Please check it out. It's a brilliant vehicle. On that note, I'm going to end the video. Before another video, I want to hit the like button and subscribe to my show. Thank you very much.